Hi Taurus, welcome or welcome back. It's good to see you. There is a very big message coming through and a lot of information coming in with it. So let's just dive right in. When I first connected with your energy, you said to me, it's not working. You feel like something just isn't working. No matter how hard you try, no matter how many adjustments you make or tweaks you make, something's just not coming together. You may be feeling like your creative flow is being blocked or prevented somehow. So I had a conversation with your energy about it, and what we concluded together is that there's nothing wrong with you. It's simply that something is not meant for you, okay? And more than that, there's an aspect of you, maybe your higher self or your heart, take it as it resonates. There is a part of you that is not allowing you to settle. Your higher self is not allowing you to settle for something that isn't meant for you, okay? As I was pre-shuffling your oracle deck, Door of Dreams came flying out, followed by Manifestation. So whatever your life looks like right now, beneath the surface of things, you are manifesting a new opportunity and a new potential for yourself. You are manifesting this Door of Dreams. It feels like an exit. Yes, you are manifesting an exit point for yourself out of some kind of pattern of pain. And you're manifesting this because you're ready for it. You're ready to shift your perspective around yourself and what you're meant for, okay? The other oracle card that came out is Defiance. I love this. This is the part of you that never gives up on you, okay? This is your sacred warrior, your inner fighter. It feels very noble to me. It feels noble and full of self-respect. This is like healthy ego. The part of you that says, I'm worth fighting for. I'm going to fight for myself. I'm never going to give up on me. And I feel like Spirit is just bringing this part of you forward to honor it, to say, this part of you has gotten you so far, and it will continue to do so. Just beware of the shadow aspect or expression of this part, which looks like, I'm never going to give up on this thing even if it kills me, right? If something is really not coming together, and it's been a really long time that you've been working on it, and you just feel like you're hitting your head against a wall over and over again, well, being committed to yourself in that moment might look like retracting your commitment from that thing. Giving up on that thing is you not giving up on yourself. I hope that makes sense. Okay. There is a difference between working hard and working hard against resistance. Working hard can be extremely rewarding and satisfying and fulfilling, but working against resistance, that is what makes you feel like you're losing your mind. That is the Nine of Wands, right? Perpetuated suffering. So working against resistance means there's some part of you that isn't on board with quite what you're trying to create or do. And that part of you that's not on board, again, is the part of you that won't let you settle for something that's not right for you. I hope this is making sense. At the bottom of the deck is the Tomb. You have been traversing your underworld for a long time. I feel like you've been here for a minute. You've been swimming through your own shadow spaces, probably because you feel less control than you'd like to have over your external reality. And so that apparent lack of control has kind of forced you to just go in over and over and over again. You've been coerced, divinely coerced into getting really, really familiar with your own shadow spaces, and that will serve you just in ways you cannot even fathom. Because you've been moving through your own underworld for such an extended period of time, you are now ready to rise again, to elevate yourself and emerge into the light, carrying the wisdom of your shadow. This door of dreams is the light you're manifesting. On the other side of this door, I just feel is pure potential and everything that is meant for you. Now, what we're talking about here could be something external or internal. Usually it's both, right? But at the very least, what you're ready to let go of, I feel, is just this perspective, this way of thinking about yourself. And maybe even on some level what you deserve and what alignment looks like or feels like. Let's go into tarot here. I'm using the Darkwood Tarot for you. So I actually was filming your reading earlier this morning, and it was so aligned. Oh my gosh, it was just the most amazing flow. It was like falling out of me. The messages were just right there. Everything was in sync. It was so beautiful. And then Spirit shut it down. Like, Spirit shut it all the way down. There was no getting back into the flow. The energy switched just like that. It was crazy. And I knew, okay, this is not just me having brain fog. Like, this is part of the message, right? So you may be feeling that block. Maybe you're vacillating between flow, expansion. Ooh, maybe it's happening for me. Shut down, like over and over and over again, right? There's a perspective that's causing this. Yeah. Okay. Show me Taurus, please, Spirit. Just show me Taurus's general energy. No. The Chariot. Yep. There's that defiant part of you. You're deeply, deeply driven. You're never going to give up. Well, your higher self, it's calling you through this door of dreams. You are called to something. Seven of Swords. Eight of Pentacles. It just feels like being drained. Feels like being drained. There's all of this beautiful, beautiful energy within you, this potential for growth and abundance. It's so rich. It feels very rich and, I don't know, just perfect, I would say. Wolf energy is here. I was getting wolf for you earlier, and it's showing up in the Seven of Swords. But your energy is being leaked somehow through this perspective that you're holding. Something's holding you back, right? Let's clarify the challenge here. What is the challenge that Taurus is facing right now? Ace of Swords. Yep, This is literally new perspective. This is like spiritual download, your crown chakra being blasted open, a whole new way of seeing and thinking, connections being made that you've never made before. There's a breakthrough, like a mental breakthrough that's trying to come in. But I think it's just this beautiful part of you that is clinging, right? Clinging to old commitments, old ways of functioning, old ways of working. I'm hearing rhythm and pattern. You can get into rhythms with something and then it becomes almost like a machine, and it can be very hard to exit. But this door of dreams is the exit. The moon, confusion, brain fog, maybe difficulty communicating, difficulty communicating, difficulty understanding how you feel. This is like the mental clarity breaking through emotional confusion. Hopefully that makes sense. So it feels almost like at this point, just right now, kind of swimming in your emotions is probably just going to make you more confused. The Lovers. Well, I feel like this is, self-unification. I'm hearing unity consciousness. This is you coming closer to not only your heart and your higher self, but also this part of you, this defiant part of you that doesn't want to give up. Like, understanding the motives of this part of you that doesn't want to give up. It's going to help you to clarify a lot within yourself, I feel. I'm hearing rising above the ocean of emotions into clarity. So this is the challenge, to allow that new perspective to just like blast away the emotional cloudiness. Clarify the Ace of Swords. Now, often in my readings, you've heard me, I'm sure, talk about how your emotions are your truth, and they are. Your emotions are your truth. All emotions hold important information about where you are right now, what your truth right now. So this is not an invitation to bypass your emotions. There's almost a higher way, a more objective or elevated way of understanding your emotions. Okay, yeah, it's like instead of wading through the trenches in your emotions, the way to understand them more deeply is to elevate up out of them temporarily and almost like survey your emotions. It's hard to really understand something when you're in it, when you're in this like emotional soup. There needs to be a little bit of a detachment here, ironically, to understand them. This was clarifying the Ace of Swords, right? 6 of Cups and 4 of Cups. Okay, I feel like this is a realization that something you've been committed to for a hot minute is no longer right for you. You're gonna say no. You're just gonna wake up in a moment, in a flash of realization. You're gonna see, oh, I don't need to keep suffering. Like, trying so very hard to make this happen is actually the problem. You need to try less. Be more. Try less, be more. Ironically. Let's get some advice. Advice for Taurus, please, Spirit. Let it go. Let it go. Let it transform itself. See what happens when you stop clinging. See what happens when you stop trying so hard. Just see what happens. Are you willing to see what happens? It's almost like you're not being met by what you're trying to create. It would be like being in a relationship that's kind of dysfunctional, and you are trying so hard every day to better yourself, to be a better partner, to understand them, to do your own inner work, to make changes, but like they're not doing any of that. They're not meeting you halfway. That's the analogy, right? That's kind of how you know maybe it's time to let something go. Your efforts are not being reflected back to you. So watch what happens when you let go. The Empress. This is taking me back to the door of dreams. This creation, what you're actually meant to birth into this world, it's on the other side of the door of dreams, and it's just waiting. It's just like percolating in you. It is you. It is you. That's the breakthrough here. That's it. What you're meant to do, it is of you when you're not trying. I hope this makes sense. So it's like you can't access it until you let go of the other thing. 5 of Wands. As advice. Interesting. This is such an interesting energy. Working hard when you're in alignment is very playful. Or it's supposed to be. That's the message that's coming through here. You can work hard and be in a playful state. You can be working hard and very, very focused. You can be driven and ambitious and fight for yourself, but in alignment or out of alignment. It's the underlying energy that makes all the difference. So this is an invitation to not get rid of the part of yourself that is incredibly ambitious, that, defiant part of yourself, the chariot, right? It's not about getting rid of this part. It's about aligning it with what it's meant to fight for. The Fool at the bottom of the deck. I can't. New chapter. Give yourself the gift of a new chapter. Exploring new ways of thinking and being within yourself that set you free and keep you free. Let's get a journal prompt from my journal prompt deck. Journal prompt for Taurus. Number 30. What do you wish more people knew or understood about you? What do you wish more people knew or understood about you? Maybe there's a part of you that feels misunderstood. Can you understand that part more deeply? Answer that question for yourself and see where it takes you. Let's get a closing message from a compendium of Witches Oracle. It's very lonely. It's lonely to feel like you're working hard for nothing. Because again, it just feels like life is not meeting your efforts or reflecting them back to you. It's like you're just, I don't know, like in a void or something. So there probably is some aspect of you that feels misunderstood, not loved or supported. You've got to give that to yourself. Sprout, number 32, which reduces to 5, disruption, change. I'm being taken back to the tomb. This underworld exploration that you've been embarking on, navigating through for so long, it's not for nothing. I think you know that. It's not for nothing. It has been sowing seeds of potential that you haven't yet seen. But as soon as you walk through that door of dreams, suddenly the new growth will meet you right there. And those seeds that you planted by walking through your own underworld, they will almost immediately start to grow and take form. Let's see what the guidebook says, number 32. Okay. Rebirth cycle continuity. The Sprout card invites us to think about death in a wider context, putting aside for a moment the negative connotations that we inevitably attach to it, especially when thinking about it with a heavy heart of someone who went through loss and grief. The card offers a more accepting view of death as that which feeds the cycle of life and allows it to continue as regenerative transformation, as a force that breaks apart to build again. Even our mundane, everyday endings can be seen as opportunities for new things to sprout and take root, and effective ways to avoid stagnation and keep things in motion. Yep, it's everything. Oh my goodness. All right, Taurus. Thank you for letting me read for you. I hope this was helpful or at least thought-provoking. Leave any questions or comments down below. I would love to hear from you. And as always, I will be putting that journal prompt in the description box along with several others. So be sure to check them out. They'll help you to process all of this and take your inner work a little bit deeper. All right. I'll see you next time. Bye.